Hi. Welcome to Movies Reflexed. Today, I am going to show you a 2010 thriller action movie titled I Saw the Devil. Watch out for spoilers. Take care. At the start of the movie, a driving school bus is seen on an abandoned road. It is also seen that one more car is left there at the edge of that same road. That car was left there because its tires had been punctured. The owner of that car is talking to her fiancé, Kim-soo. Meanwhile, the bus driver comes to her. He asks her, "What has happened? Why are you stopped here?" That girl tells him, "My car's tire has punctured. That's why I have called for a tow truck. It will be nearly to come here at any time soon." In spite of it, that man forces her, saying, "Let me check your tire." On the other side, that girl's fiancé gives the ultimatum about that man through the call. He tells her to stay alert. Then, he disconnects the phone after a while. Meanwhile, the driver comes back to her and says, "Your car's tire has been completely punctured." Then that girl tells him, "Thank you for your help. The tow truck will be here anytime soon." Then, that bus driver gets inside his vehicle. That man doesn't start his van for a long time. And it stands still there. That girl also begins to suspect him. Before she could start her car, that man attacks the car window with a hammer. And going inside the car, he also injures that girl. Now, that man takes that girl along with him. When that girl restores her senses, she sees that man and understands. This man is about to hurt me. That girl begs for her life and her expected baby from that man. Because she was pregnant. But that man doesn't care at all about it. And he gives her a very terrifying death. He cuts her body parts into many pieces. After some days, the police begins to find the different parts of her body. That girl's father was a detective. He is very grieved on this incident. Because, even being a detective, he couldn't save his daughter's life. Her fiancé, Kim-soo, loved her a lot. He doesn't express his sadness to anyone. He becomes completely stoned. Now, it is seen that Kim-soo has taken a leave from his job for 2 weeks. He used to work as an agent in the National Intelligence Service. In the next scene, Kim-soo is seen to meet another agent. He gives him a GPS tracker and also tells him that that person's conversation and location can't be tracked if it remains in his body. Now, Kim-soo meets with his fiancé's father, who is a detective. He gives him information about the people who have been related to such cases. Collecting the details, he moves silently from there. Kim-soo attempts to search for these men. It is also seen that he is punishing 2 of the suspects. But he believes that none of them were involved in this case. Now, he moves to the third person. He reaches the given location. He searches the drawers of that place. And step by step, he gets the things of some girls. In the end, he finds the ring of her fiancé during the checking. Seeing it, Kim-soo becomes sentimental. But he is also assured that this is the house of the killer. Now, the killer comes on the scene. He was driving somewhere in his school bus while taking some schoolgirls in it. His name was Jang, and he used to like a girl in the bus. It doesn't mean that he likes her for marriage, but to abduct her. Then, it is shown that a girl is missing in his school bus. Jang brings that schoolgirl in his home. He is moving towards her. Then, someone calls him from behind. He moves outside after hearing his name. Jang asks Kim-soo, "Are you alone?" But Kim-soo remains silent on this. Then, Jang takes him as a police officer. But he is surprised on it that how did the police find him so soon? Jang doesn't wait for the reply of Kim-soo. And he runs to attack Kim-soo while screaming. He is unable to attack Kim-soo. Even so, Kim-soo beats him violently. He also hits Kim-soo. But it doesn't affect him much. In the end of this dispute, Kim-soo covers Jang's face with a large plastic paper. He is about to die, but then Kim-soo releases him. He also begins to hit Jang's head with a big rock. But after some times, he lets him go. And he fixes the GPS tracker in his throat, which he had been given by the other agent. Jang finds some money beside him as he restores his consciousness. Seeing the money, he is left astonished. He says that Kim-soo is mentally sick. Then he leaves from there. He finds a cab on his way. He asks for lift from that driver. But those people in the cab are also like him. They are going to dispose a dead body after killing someone. There was a dead body in the trunk of their car. It is also seen that Kim-soo is persuading Jang. With the help of that GPS tracker which he had adjusted in his throat. Being wounded, Jang moves to a pharmacy. There, he sees a lady. She was nurse. Jang starts to harass her. She requests Jang that she has to go from here. But Jang doesn't allow her to go anywhere as he was intending to kill her. At the same time, Kim-soo reaches there and he hits his head with fire extinguisher. Afterwards, he hits him much. When he is about to die, Kim-soo again spares his life. He asks the nurse to bandage him. Then, Kim-soo whispers to Jang, "It will not end anytime soon. There are the worst waiting for you. Just wait for it." Later, Kim-soo wounds Jang's leg brutally. In the next scene, it is shown that Jang is coming out of his car while dragging himself. Because his leg was badly wounded. He is crying in pain. Jang starts to think about Kim-soo. How did he track my location? Who is he? And why is persuading me like this? Then, he guesses that he is the closest relative of one of the victims whom he had killed. It is also seen that Jang has started to suspect that he has a tracker him. He checks his shoes and car. But he gets nothing from there. So he drives away from there. He also switches his car. Then, the scene moves to Kim-soo. He receives the call of his fiancé's father. He requests him to stop chasing the murderer. And it will be the police who will take action against him. But Kim-soo refuses to do so. He wanted to give him the most agonizing death ever. Now, Jag's friends arrive on the scene in his house. There was a boy and a girl among them. They are also like Jang. Jang tells his friends about the whole incidents that he had faced. Then his friends tell him that maybe he is one of the sufferer. It means the family member or friend of one of the victims whom you had killed. He is thinking while lying on his bed who he might be. Suddenly, he remembers about a ring. He recalls everything. He also understands why he was being beaten. There was girl in Jang's house. She was entrapped here by him. Jang's friend takes her in the kitchen. Before he could seduce her, Kim-soo arrives here. Jang's friend is surprised and asks him, "How did you come here without even being noticed? How did you trace this place?" Kim-soo beats him brutally without replying. Hearing the fighting sounds, Jang also comes outside. But Kim-soo doesn't let anyone go. He beats Jang's friend so brutally that they would feel the same pain as they have given to others. Next morning, the police arrive at the house of Jang. And they arrest them. They are brought to the hospital. Because they were all wounded. Kim-soo's friend comes to meet him in the hospital who had given him the GPS tracker. Here, he asks him, "Why aren't you letting him go?" Kim-soo replies, "Not now. Not until he gets the lesson." Kim-soo's friend asks, "Is the GPS tracker still working?" He replies, "Yes. It is operating." Here, he also tells him that the GPS tracker will continue to work until he suffers from constipation. Lying on another bed, Jang hears all their conversations. And as Kim-soo comes to him, he pretends to be unconscious. Now, Kim-soo again leaves him at such a place where he could do something again and he will capture him again. But he doesn't do anything like that because he has known the fact that there is a GPS fixed in his body. When Jang comes to know that Kim-soo can hear everything, then he says, "I have never played such game in my entire life and I know you can hear me right now." Jang also says, "I will enjoy playing this game." Here, Jang reveals such information that he is left shocked after hearing it. He reveals, "I know for which girl you are taking revenge from me. And I should also tell you that that girl had begged to spare her life and her expected baby at that day. Maybe you also hadn't knew about this." Now, Jang moves to a pharmacy in order to remove the GPS tracker from his body. And he purchases some drugs that create stomach problem after consuming. After it, ejecting the GPS from his body, Jang fixes it into the body of someone else. And Kim-soo doesn't detect him during the time Jang reaches there. Kim-soo didn't had any hint after he removed the GPS tracker from his body. So he moves to his friend. He was admitted in the hospital. Jang's friend tells him that you have been perhaps unable to read his mind. He will harm your fiancé's family. He is not going to get any effect even after you grab him later. Jang receives the call of his friend as he leaves that place. He tells him that Jang has recently announced that he is going to perform a great job. He will not receive any impact even though he is caught by the police. Here, Kim-soo asks his friend to trace the location of Jang. And getting in a car, he drives ahead. Kim-soo gets worried as he finds the current location of Jang. Here, Kim-soo is confirmed that Jang is going to kill his family. After reaching his fiancé's house, he is very grieved. He sees that Jang has injured his fiancé's father very badly. And he has left her sister completely dead. Kim-soo also repents here that if he had only killed him before this. Now, Jang wants to surrender. Because he knew Kim-soo will give him a terrifying death if he catches him. He calls the police and reveals his location to them. Going there, he stands at that location. The police were already waiting for him. But it doesn't happen as he had planned. Kim-soo immediately drags him into a vehicle before the police could catch him. And Kim-soo brings him into the same house where Jang had killed his fiancé. Kim-soo ties him up at that place where he used to tie his victims. Kim-soo tortures Jang way too much. And this way, Jang was fed up of these tortures. He asks him, "Why don't you kill me?" But Kim-soo says, "Your death is not like this. Your death fate is as I am giving you now. Here, you will feel the greatest agony of your life. You will be agonized as you have agonized other people's. And you yourself will face it." Then, Jang requests Kim-soo, "So leave me. Don't kill me. You have already given me enough pain." And Jang says on it that, "I have bear many pains now." And Kim-soo replies him that, "You have heard all these words from your victims. And today, you are speaking it now by yourself. Tell me, how do you feel?" Here, Jang tells him, "There is no pain in me. And you also know about it. I don't care if you kill me." Later, Kim-soo stands up and ties a string with the door. And he thrusts the other edge of the rope into his mouth. Actually, there is the biggest blade upside where Jang is placed. He will be beheaded if he speaks or opens his mouth. The rope will also be broken if someone opens the door. So, death is inevitable for him. A cab stops at Jang's house as Kim-soo leaves. It means that his family has reached there. Jang wants to stop them as they should not open the door. But he couldn't utter a single word. Because he will be killed if he speaks. As his family opens the door, that blade falls on him. He gets sliced. Here, Kim-soo hears the painful and fearful voices that he has recorded from paining Jang. He starts to cry loudly. He had taken his revenge. And he misses his fiancé a lot. Jang, who himself was a devil, also witnessed another devil. And with it, the movie ends here. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for the upcoming uploads. Thank you for watching.